Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox. Did you know that today is Saturday, May the 27th, 2023? Well, it is. Hope you're all doing well. And I guess you're here to hear what I have to say. So let's see. Um, Sunday of last week, I was over my niece Tracy's because it was my great nephew Mikey's confirmation the day before, so they had a little soiree, and I made my way there for about an hour and a half, courtesy of my great niece Bella's boyfriend Mike. There were three Mikes there at the same time, so a challenge. Well, actually, not. You just, hey Mike, hey Mike, hey Mike. So, and most of the time, it was Isabella and Mike who talked to me. A lot of people did not, including most of my relatives for whatever reason. But it wasn't a party about me, it was a party about my great nephew, Mikey. So I made the best of it. I had a bunch of good food. There was really good cake that I had after because they had the cake much later than I was there. And my niece Tracy brought me some. That was very nice of her. And let's see. So that was Sunday, and that was Sunday. And during the week, I've done some bits of work, and I've also started this 33 Days to Greater Glory, a total consecration to the Father through Jesus based on the Gospel of John. And I'm very glad to have this because I was reading this other consecration that I was given at sort of at random from the total consecration to the Immaculate from a place called the Academy of the Immaculate. And this I found to be very negative, and I don't think uh, that's that's the path for me. I don't want to see anything, you know, religion shouldn't reinforce anything negative. That's just me, but I think I'm correct in that one. But anyway, the 33 days I started a couple of days ago. I believe today is day 3 for me. And so there we go. Let's see, any show and tell stuff. Um, I got in this book on the Tara King version of the Avengers with Steed, from '68. And yesterday I did a 6 songs from this beautiful Renaissance box set of their album Azure Door. And today I got in a bunch of stuff, including this old film Mission Stardust. I know it's cheesy, but I like it, based on the old German Perry Roden science fiction novels. I shouldn't say old because they're still putting them out to this day. There's tons of them. And I've been having the itch to draw again, so there's a sketchbook and some Faber-Castell 3 ink, like pens and a ink brush pen. When I say ink, I mean India ink. Genuine inky ink. So, and there's also um, elsewhere a an Oz book, the Land of Oz, Marvelous Land of Oz, and most of that, by the way, all of that, as I'm thinking of it, was got with gifts from two of my nephews who gave me Amazon cards for as early birthday presents. So that's the swag I got with them. Very, very happy to do so. Before I forget, well, it is right here. The Marvelous Land of Oz with the original and fantastic John R. Neal illustrations. And I'm looking forward to that. That will be a real treat. Why do I have it over here? Because I'm running out of room for everything for the time being. Sorry if I'm going out of shot. Verite. Speaking of Verite, let's talk about something. I don't usually use these spaces to get into films all that much, but today I was thinking let's talk about one of my favorite films, and that is Federico Fellini's 1954 film La Strada, which of course in English means The Road. And it has his wife Giulietta Messina in it and Anthony Quinn. And he plays a real nasty kind of strongman, like a novelty circus act where he, through expanding his lungs and that, breaks a chain that he wraps around his chest, and she is the person that collects money for him. He basically buys her from her mom because he had bought her sister who died. And so it's this kind of brutal but fascinating look at his life and how he treats her. And Giulietta Messina is just wonderful. They're both. Anthony Quinn is just puts in such a fantastic, deep performance. It's I'm only giving you the surface stuff because I really don't want to get into depth. It's a film that if you haven't seen, you should see. And if you have seen it, you know why I don't want to give away too much to other people. But it's a film that really affected me emotionally. Just absolutely heartrending film and captivating on every level. His Fellini brings you into the lives of these people, and it doesn't even feel like you're watching a film. It feels like you're intruding on the lives of these two people. Such are their performances, and all of them around. There's no bad performance in the entire film. You know, everyone in there, from the smallest part to the largest, very well cast, very well cast. I mean, it's Fellini. Nowadays, we think of him as a legendary guy, but he was still proving himself at that point. You know, but it's still, I think, for me, now, I haven't seen every Fellini film, but I've seen a bunch. It's still my favorite. Maybe something will take that away. I mean, I'm also very fond of Roma and a few others um, that just they strike a chord. But that La Strada is primo. Make sure you don't watch it in English. If you watch it, which I recommend you do, watch it in Italian with subtitles. That's the way to see it. Um, but I was thinking about that because I just got in um, last week. Something I didn't mention, uh, it, and they interconnect because I got in La Belle and la Bête, Beauty and the Beast, directed by the great Jean Cocteau from, I believe that was 1946. And another huge, to me, it's the only version I can see of Beauty and the Beast. I have no interest in Disney's or anything else. Forget the TV series, forget all of that. The French film is it. Um, and for my progressive music fans, obviously, Beauty and the Beast from Cocteau is a huge influence on Bill Nelson, ex of Bebop Deluxe and Red Noise, and current of Bill Nelson. It's no accident that he named his own label Cocteau Records, and that he did his own imagined soundtrack for Beauty and the Beast. Um, that I think was then used. Did he construct it for the play? version of it, possibly. I can't remember. Someone correct me on that if I'm wrong. But when I was thinking of Beauty and the Beast, I was talking to Grace Mary, who had come the other week to bring me communion, and I had just gotten it that day, and I was showing that to her, and she was looking at it, and it reminded me of, it's a quote unquote art house film, and it was through Kino, through their Essential Art House Films imprint, as is the version I have of La Strada. So I had mentioned that to her, and she wasn't familiar with either film. So it's in my mind, it's here in front of you today. So I hope you give it a look see if you haven't already. It's one of those films it took me years to finally watch because I had heard of it when I was quite young, because I always had not just illustration and comics and that, I always had an interest in film, always. And I'd always heard about it, and I'd never seen it. It wasn't something that aired much on TV, I suppose, because it was in Italian, although I know there's a dub version. But it just, and maybe it's just too brutal. Um, but when I started watching it in my 20s, I believe, I immediately fell in love with it. And it will live with me always, as corny as that sounds. So, La Strada, watch it, please. Do yourself a favor. I hope you're all doing well. I know I've been kind of rambly. Anything else on? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Please go back and give a look see at the Renaissance stuff I put up. Such a good album, such an overlooked album. It's music that brings me great joy. I hope it brings you great joy if you listen to it. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you soon in some form or another, I hope. If worst comes to worst, you just see these now and then. Here I am, wearing these goofy big glasses today for no reason other than I felt like it. Bye bye.